how I taught students to assess what they found on TikTok. This was an activity I did with middle school students. In 6th grade, I know that students study early man, and so I tied this entire activity to a video that I found online, and I actually wasn't sure how accurate the information was there. So I started out by showing these kids these cave paintings from the Sha-Be Cave. These are actually real cave paintings. Then I showed the students a really cool video from the BBC on the Sha-Be Cave. Basically, these are cave paintings that somebody stumbled on, and they're over 30,000 years old. So then I tell the kids that I stumbled onto this TikTok video and I have no idea if the information on it is actually accurate. However, the video is really awesome and I want it to be accurate. So I make that very clear to the students. If this is actually what cave art represents, it's beautiful. So I really hope that this is actually true. We all watch the video as a class and we start having some discussions around it. So I actually printed out copies of the comments, the user's profile, and just different things on the TikTok so that the kids wouldn't have to use the app in the class. And then I gave them 15 minutes and I said, is the information in this video accurate? And then I asked them to make a 5 to 7 point checklist to determine the validity of the information in the video. And then I said, you can give me that checklist however you want. You can write it on a paper, on a Google Doc. You can put it on a whiteboard. It doesn't matter. I just want to see what kind of checklist you come up with to determine whether or not the information is accurate. And so what a lot of the 7th grade students that I did this lesson with, what they said was, look at the comments. What do the duets and stitches say? What was pretty cool was I actually didn't know what a duet and stitch was at the time, and then they all kind of laughed at me. Then they said, who is the content creator? You can search and research for examples on Google. You can ask an expert. You can examine and take notes on the video. You can buy the product on, can you buy the product on Amazon? And then can you show examples that prove this is fake? I then did this actual same lesson with university students, and it was interesting because they came up with different ideas. They talked about making a replica, checking the resources in the video, checking the speaker credentials, education and background, looking at the information on educational websites, finding another expert, checking the comments of the video, and then determining what the creator normally talks about. And based on the lesson, I did it with kids about 8 different times. The lesson I did it with adults 2 different times. And I noticed that the kids were talking a lot more about the tools that you can actually use on the platform, whereas the adults didn't. Then I did the same lesson with a group of teachers and a professional development, and I noticed the teachers were more intent on breaking down my lesson and to determine whether or not I was actually asking the right questions. And I think that for us to move forward as a profession, we need to kind of really leverage the strengths of each group and kind of walk towards a solution hand in hand rather than just teachers or just students taking on the responsibility.